KK can tell you where she had it made at.
It ain't the same. They gotta do it themselves. It's like I'm gonna give myself a gift, you know. It's more special. I thought that shirt was super dope.
It is super dope.
It made it so dope. They look like your kids too.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, they did good. They did good.
I want to get you something for Daddy's Day.
Wobble. Boom, boom, boom. Shout out to Lisa Mona.
Are we on yet?
Yeah, we're live. The show hasn't started, but we're live. You like this little standby thing?
I like it. I think it's very professional.
Word. I was working on it last night. I was like, man, we need to try to spruce it up a little bit. Spruce, like Bruce. What? You don't spruce with the Bruce? No spruce, no Bruce.
No.
Oh, well, turn up.
See, my Clippers win last night.
Okay, so I was talking to KK about that last night. Ain't it so funny? Now I know like momentum is a thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people be on, sometimes people be off. We human, you know what I'm saying? We not robots, we not machines. But it's like when you see a team playing at the like highest level, you be like, why don't they play like this every night? Like
every night.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, granted, the last game, it wasn't like, I mean, they lost, and you know what I'm saying, but it wasn't like they lost. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
It was like a last 2 second thing. You know what I'm saying?
We were stupid though. I felt that because I called the play, right? When I said, okay, they got these last seconds in. I said Cousins should be on that guy. I forgot his name.
Put a body on him.
Yeah. Put a body. He needs a big body because if you've been watching the series, he's been playing my white boy. He's been destroying him.
He's been destroying him because y'all center is a little bit too slow for him.
And he's smaller.
And he's smaller. He's not that much smaller. He's just slower than him, man.
Yeah, and Cousins slow too, but Cousins can put a body on him. And I was like, they should have him and have old boy play the inbounds. And they did it backwards. And I'm like, I said, the way Cousins is putting his hands out there, I said, that dude's gonna get that rock, dude.
Word.
And they set that pick. I didn't think it was gonna work, but it worked for them though. I was like, but honestly, we shouldn't even been in that situation though. We shouldn't even been in that situation because we was dominating that whole game. We kept just like last night. We kept letting them come back. Letting them come back a little by little.
Sometimes it's not like you're letting them come back. It's just like momentum is real. And you got to respect the fact that they're playing against another elite NBA team. They not just going to get beat up and take it.
But I'm saying though, Quay, did you see the 3 turnovers we did? I was like, what? But that's not momentum. That's like you being fucking careless with the ball. It's like, come on, dude. Like momentum is when they come down and they lock you up. They play good D and they hit their shots. They was not even hitting them back and forth. They was just the Clippers was just playing terrible. I was like, what? Y'all want them to win a game? Y'all want them? It seemed like y'all want them to win. Like,
You know, and I have no dog in any fight. I just like watching good games.
Me too.
So hey, Erica. Good morning, Erica. And morning, Chris. What pissed me off is how Milwaukee let Atlanta come back and beat them.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Trae Young, who is balling out of control right now.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still no excuses on Milwaukee's because you know how, and people always say like the playoffs are different than a regular season, and then sometimes like I don't believe that. I'd be like, what are you talking about? It's the same basketball court, it's the same amount of time, it's the same thing, but it's really not. Because you can see the expression on Milwaukee's faces in that last minute. Yeah. I think they knew that they were going to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like an expression that people can have, and like, hey man, something's not going right. Like something's about to happen. Yeah. And so I kind of put that on the coach. Hey coach, you need to call a timeout or something and regroup your team because it's slipping away. And then when y'all come down and you do like you go down on offense and come back empty-handed, y'all should have called a timeout.
But it's all chess too. It's all
it's like chess.
You got to know these coaches. Some of these coaches are good. Don't get me wrong. And like our coach, right? He's good. But to me, he's not a great coach. You know what I'm saying? Certain things, and I'm outside looking in. I'm nobody but a spectator. For certain moves he make, I'd be like, why are you doing that? Why is he still in the game and he turned the ball over? And I'm talking about Rondo. He turned the ball over 3 times and before the half. And I was like, what is he doing? He did a behind the back pass. I'm like, this is the fucking playoffs. You do not, if you don't see eye contact and pass that goddamn ball, don't pass it, cuz.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Why are you doing this?
What got me on the Milwaukee game was, and I must have said this a million times, you're down by 3 points.
Yes.
Why are you going for a 2-pointer with 11 seconds left?
Yeah.
I didn't understand that play whatsoever. Why are you going for 2? Yeah. There's nothing you can do in this moment. You're either gonna play to win or either gonna play for the tie or you're gonna lose. Because there's no sense in going for 2. There's no more time left. There's no more. The world is about to end right now.
Yeah,
and you're like, let me do the safe thing, but the safe thing don't get you nowhere. Like it drove me crazy. It was driving me crazy. I was like, I don't understand why they just going for 2. And if there's a basketball expert online right now, please educate me to let me know why they are going for 2.
Well, a basketball expert would say maybe they was trying to go for the 0-3, right? They going to go get a layup and then get an N1. But in the playoffs, that last play like that, they don't usually call those plays. If you, and I'm sorry, I keep going back to the Clippers, but when you seen that last play, when what's the name set that pick for our center, then he was grabbing his shirt all the way through the game. And he stopped him and threw him in front of him, and he pushed him in front of the dude that he was setting the pick for, went around and got the dunk. But so the thing is that they do not call plays. But to me, even the refs are finicky too. Like if you gonna call a foul, call fouls all the way through, dude.
Yeah, that's let me drop the intro and then we'll talk about the
Party people, cheesy. Unique.
Yo. What's up? Yo. It's Unique and T. Here we go. It's Unique and T. Let's start the show. It's Unique and T. Here we go. It's Unique and T. Let's start the show.
That was cool, right?
Yeah, that was cool. Good morning, everybody. Officially, welcome to the Unique and Cheese Show. Hey, you know who I like on y'all's team? I like what's his name? Jackson. Like when he come ready to play, he's one of those people that, you know what I'm saying, it's really hard to defend him.
He's our star. Quiet as kept. He's our superstar.
Word. But I can't. Yeah, but Paul George playing for his money right now.
Yeah, and Beverly.
Beverly's killing too.
He like her Brooks. Brooks is so mad. Brooks at home like, I'm gonna bring the gun. I'm gonna bring a gun tomorrow. I can't get him off of me. Like, I love Brooks' tenacity. I love the way he plays. And on me, he been hitting his threes. He been going to the rack. Like Brooks. Beverly.
Beverly.
I love with his bow-legged ass. I'd be like, come on.
And now, Erica, I didn't hear that. Stephen A. always saying something crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's not new. You know what I'm saying? So Erica said that Stephen A. said that Booker was the next Kobe. I'm thinking, calm down.
Slow down.
Calm down. Like, you know, somebody do something great a couple times and some people like, man, that dude, come on, man. You don't. Kobe is a whole other monster, a whole other beast. He's in the Michael Jordan, you know, greatest of all time talks. Booker just got here. Let him earn it. He just got here. Slow down.
The thing is, what they do, they rush people.
They do
to success.
Yeah,
like he's good, but this is his first playoff game, right? His first playoffs.
Word.
And you put him on a dude that had how many playoff games? How many championships?
How many championships? How many scoring titles? How many MVPs?
Relax.
Slow down.
Relax. I understand where you're coming from because he looked up to Kobe. Kobe inspired him. They close friends.
Yeah.
He got
Totally
his tattoo on his leg or whatever. But I understand that. But come on, dude.
Yeah,
He's not
slow
even
down.
close. Not even close to Kobe. Not even when Kobe was shooting those 2 air balls against Utah. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Come on, bro. Even for Kobe, they missed those shots at that time. If you seen the making of something great. Because for someone to fail to that level, it has to be greatness in them. You know what I'm saying? To succeed. You know, so calm down, dude. They do that. They do that with LeBron. Talking about he's the better than Jordan. He's this. He's it's not gonna be another DJ Unique. It's not gonna be another Michael Jordan. It's not gonna we are own people. People are people.
And I wonder why do we? Is it a human thing? Do humans need to compare something to something else to try to validate it or show what level that it's on?
Right.
Come on. That's lazy.
I think what it is, it keeps conversation and I guess they call it barbershop talk, right?
Barbershop talk, yeah.
Yeah, so it is what it is. To me, Michael Jordan is just elite. He's on another level. I heard them say yesterday, I was watching the ESPN Sport. The guy was saying, and I understood where he was coming from, but I didn't agree with what he was saying. He said, what's his name? Durant is a better talented player than Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
I was like,
how?
I was like, dude. He was like, no, I'm not saying, you guys out there, calm down. I'm not saying Michael Jordan is less than him, but look at the talent. I watched him play since he was a kid, and this kid, and I was like, shut up, dude. You're just putting your foot in your mouth, dude.
Okay, and this is once again not taking anything away from Durant, but he don't play defense like Michael Jordan. He don't, what I'm saying, he don't got the ability to, it's a different conversation.
And he explained
Kevin Durant is an amazing basketball player, but Michael Jordan would will a win. You know what I'm saying? He's cut from a different cloth. Is different.
He was saying he's more gifted than Michael Jordan, and I was like, no, bruh. You can't say that.
Okay, I'll say this. I think he has a better jump shot than Michael Jordan. I think he does. You know what I'm saying? There's something about his jump shot is wet. It just looks good, and he's taller. Apples and oranges.
Yeah, and on me,
because he don't play defense like Jordan.
I softly even disagree with that because you got to win championships, and you got two.
You got two,
but you got
one of them. I don't think counts because he went to a championship team already.
And that's what I'm saying. The way Michael Jordan did it, I'm sorry, cuz. And people say, oh, Michael Jordan had a Hall of Famer, Scottie Pippen. Yeah, but you got to really realize, too, Michael Jordan kind of made him great, too, in a little aspect.
100%.
Come on, cuz.
KK.
Y'all better give these cats, hey, good morning, KK. I get offensive. That's like putting God against Moses. It's come on, man. Like you said, apples and oranges.
Apples and oranges.
Come on, dude.
Totally
Stay
different.
in your place, bro.
Okay. So this brings us to a good point. Let me play this video.
Good morning, everybody.
For everybody, because we know that the Beyonce's Beehive has been going in on Trick Daddy because of some comments that he made. You know what I'm saying? So let me play this video.
Put bug spray on a bee and it's dead. Ain't nothing to that.
So let me get this straight. The United States just surpassed almost 600,000 people died from right? We got businesses that's closing down because they don't have employees. I went to the club last night to try to buy me a bottle of Patron, my friend, my homeboy, a double shot of Remy, and they ain't have no more because they ain't got enough people to working at the shipping plants to get the liquor out here, right? I'm just getting this straight. Then, January 6th, Donald Trump called an insurrection to the state capitol where they stormed, assaulted, and threatened lives of our people in the same country we live and die for, right? And all y'all got to do is worry about and try to assassinate my character about who I like and who I think can't sing. People really listen to yourself. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Beyonce, the number one performer I ever seen besides Michael Jackson and Chris Brown. Can she sing? Yeah. She can't sing. She ain't in my top. Beyonce ain't Stephanie Mills. She ain't Patti LaBelle. She ain't Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. She ain't Adele. But that's my opinion. That she might be your Adele. She might be your Whitney Houston. That's my opinion. I told my homeboys, oh, Chris Brown is on the level of Michael Jackson. They like, you crazy, you disrespecting the king. The Thriller album did this. I'm telling you something I feel, and I'm telling you something that Michael Jackson told Chris Brown himself. Mike was a fan of Chris Brown and told Chris Brown, I like everything you do, how you sing, how you represent, and how you perform. I'm a big fan of yours. That's huge. Keep up the work, Breezy. A lot of people don't like Drake. Do I think Drake is my favorite rapper in the world? No, everybody know my favorite rapper is Tupac. But you gotta respect Drake because he got more hits than anybody in the history. Do he have enough Grammys, enough hardware? No. Because a lot of things go different ways for different reasons. Now, I'm gonna tell you again. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Adele, Stephanie Mills, Shirley Murdoch, Betty Wright, the late great Miss Betty Wright. Those are my favorite singers. Those are the people I believe that are vocalists that have a strong voice and a strong thing. For y'all, for all y'all who think that my opinion don't matter, come get you a shot. Come get you a shot of this.
Shout out to Trick Daddy.
I was wondering why that bleach was there. I was like, that's what was bothering me more than anything than even in his face. I was like, why is that bleach there?
But Trick Daddy is correct. He's correct in the sense of he's entitled to his opinion. So even okay, so now I have to take it back and apologize to somebody like Stephen A. saying that Booker is the next Kobe. As outrageous as that sound to me, it's his opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of weird that we have an emotional response to somebody's opinion.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, who's Stephen A. Smith? You know what I'm saying? He works for a TV. He works for TV and he makes announcements about what he sees happening in sports. You know what I'm saying? I don't even watch ESPN that heavy to have him wait. I mean, like to have his opinion be like, oh my gosh, that's the end all be all. It really doesn't mean anything to me. So, you know what I'm saying? So I think we have to ask ourselves as humans, why do we have such an emotional response to somebody's opinion? Mm-hmm. Only thing that would really, only thing that will make it a fact is the stats. Now, if he's saying like, yo, Book is the next Kobe Bryant, and he's showing the numbers and they match up or Booker beats his whatever, okay, you're going on facts now. Mm-hmm. But right now, he's just stating an opinion. Same thing like Trick Daddy. For those that don't know, so Trick Daddy, that's like his third post about it. He said that he didn't think Beyonce sang that good. It's just his opinion. And Beyonce's fans have been going on Yelp and all these other websites that give reviews on Trick Daddy's restaurant, and they have been trashing his restaurant, talking about his restaurant got roaches, the food ain't that good, they got nasty Kool-Aid. Like they are going in so hard on Trick Daddy for having his opinion talking about Beyonce. And it's great.
You gotta be careful what you talk about though. Because the Beehive, I'm telling you, the Beehive, they for real.
The Beehive, Nicki Minaj's fans, Taylor Swift's fans, they will destroy you if you.
You gotta be.
this was what's so bad though. He didn't say anything bad about Beyonce. He didn't say she couldn't sing. I can see if he was like, y'all, nah, son, Beyonce whack. I can. He didn't say that. He just said that she don't sing as good as the people that he put in his top. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's. And then once again, that's just an opinion.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
And we all got that. You heard the phrase like booty holes, right? Something like that. So the thing is, hey, it just brings conversation. Can Beyonce sing? Yes, she can sing. Could she sing in the beginning of her career? She was okay, right? And she practiced on her craft, and she became better and better and better. Is she Mariah Carey? Hell no, she knows that. But can she stand next to her and hit a note? Yes, I think she can. She won't embarrass herself. You know what I'm saying? But like he has a entitled to his opinion, like we all do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I might say that hat on you, I'm not feeling it, cuz like that hat, but someone else next to me would be like, hey, that hat look good on Quay. That's his opinion. It is what it is. Who cares? I'm not hurting no one, and I'm not trying to say anything to assassinate your character and who you are as a person. Who gives a damn?
Word.
At the end of the day.
True that. And it started with a compliment. He was like, outside of Michael Jackson and Chris Brown, he's saying Beyonce's one of the greatest performers he's ever seen before.
Yeah.
You got to keep that same energy when they lose too, Cheese.
They ain't not losing.
I'm just saying you got to keep that same energy.
First of all,
were you offended? Were you just offended by that?
First of all, I can have pride in my team. I've been a Clipper fan when they was at the Coliseum. This from the Coliseum days.
Turn up.
When they didn't even have soap in their locker room, right? and I can honestly say that because I was in their locker rooms at that time and at that age. It was sad. I used to go to the farm.
Why was you in the locker room?
Because I was a kid. I was a fan. I would get down. I would get back there to get the autographs and stuff like that. But anyway, I did. But anyway, but so I'm just excited. I'm excited, and I'm in my heart. I'm all. If you don't see me do this if we lose, which we're not gonna lose, but it's a slight chance we do. I'm still a Clipper fan. Just let me be excited because we ain't never got to this point.
Sure haven't. I think it's exciting, and I'm on the outside looking in because I'm not a fan. I'm careful to use the word fan. You know what I'm saying? Because when I think fan, I think you do research and you know about, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that you're saying you're a fan of. And I'm real careful to say that because I don't know really what I'm a fan of. Like, I love Busta Rhymes music, but am I a fan of Busta Rhymes? Like, I don't like know when his birthday is or, you know what I'm saying, what his kids' names are, or what he did or did. I don't know any of that.
Right.
I don't get that deep really into majority things. A lot of it is surface level, like, you know, especially for entertainment. Entertainment to me is surface level. Sports for me is surface level. I don't know stats. I don't know when somebody got drafted. I can't name you the whole roster. I can't do all that because I'm not that much of a fan.
Right.
But I respect fans. I respect that people love something so much that they want to know everything about it. That's awesome.
And some people will break it all the way to the third level. Like even my son, I raised a Clipper fan.
Word.
To the site I was on my way to drive him yesterday to his summer camp. And we were listening to ESPN and how they was ridiculing the Clippers and he was like a statement came about if someone is a Laker fan from a Clipper fan, right? And my son was like, I never play for the Lakers if I ever had the chance. And I looked at him, I had to pull over. I said, son. I said, hit me now. But no, listen. I said, listen. I said, I get you. We Clipper fans, but son, if I love you so much. If you was drafted, if God will ever bless you in your life to be drafted in the NBA to the Los Angeles Lakers,
Yeah.
I will put this to the side and throw it.
Word.
And I will put on a Lakers jersey. I said, because you're my son.
Word.
You know what I mean? And I said, and I broke it down to him how many players that dream to be in the NBA and how many don't make it every year, and they go overseas, they practice in the under the NBA,
D-League and all that.
Yeah. I said, so son, I said, I get what you saying, be a diehard, but don't be foolish. But I got what he was saying though.
My first thought was he repeating that because you said it.
Yeah.
My thought is, did you get to the camp on time?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm always on time, baby.
You're like, y'all pulled over. Wait a minute now.
Even when I'm late, I'm on time.
Turn up. You talking like you God or somebody like that.
Hallelujahs. By and by.
Oh man. Before we get into some of this stuff, go ahead. Okay.
I thought you were gonna say, like, take that contract and you will use that as a gateway to get to the
Clippers. Yeah. And like, hey, look, I want you to shine at the Lakers, do your thing, but you know what I'm saying? If you can get drafted to the Clippers, you know what I'm saying? For your daddy.
Mm-hmm. He gonna bring that towel out.
Turn up.
I took it too far because all my stuff is back over there. I threw it. I actually really so stupid.
How often have you done something like that? Like either for a joke or for whatever? You'd be like, why'd I do that?
Like you pour syrup all over you. Everybody laugh, but the joke is over now. You gotta clean it up.
I remember we were doing the video shoot for our song "Rock with Me," and it was getting like, you know, by midday when I'm super silly now, I'm on super silly mode, and I was trying to walk across a table to get to another side, doing too much, and the table wasn't bolted to the stand. So here I go trying to be funny. Da. Walk on the table fall, I fall. I'm just like, all right, doing too much. Doing too much. Turn up.
I would have just jumped on top of you and hold you.
Like, oh no.
Are you okay?
I say, okay, I just came across this story. Your boy Kenya Barris is launching a music label with Interscope Records. I guess TV money ain't enough money. He want to get some of that music money too. So the prolific producer of TV and film has taken one giant step closer to that status with the announcement of his, let me say this right, it's spelled Khalabo. Is that Collabo?
Sounds like it.
Like it.
So Collabo Inc. Society's first label, a joint venture with Interscope Records. The label, simply titled Collabo Music, has already signed a few fresh artists to its fledgling roster, and now Barris is looking at ways to work them into many other areas of his entertainment company. I would imagine signing a record deal with somebody who has a production deal with TV is a very, very smart thing to do. Because what's a bigger platform than TV and movies?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One hand washes the other. It's my company. It's my artist. So that's going to be the music that I feature in all of my projects is my artist thing. So I think that's a smart move for Kenya, as long as they sign great artists. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you still got to make great music.
Right.
But if they do, wow, this is huge.
I think so. I think that's pretty dope. Hand in hand.
Yeah. Shout out to Kenya Barris. I guess for on a serious note right now, did you guys see about that building that collapsed in Miami?
Terrible. So bad. So sad.
Currently 4 people have died and 159 people are still missing. It was so rendered. They're still trying to figure out what happened.
How many people died? I'm sorry, say that again.
Four have been confirmed dead at the moment, but 159 people are still considered missing.
My goodness.
So early in the morning in Miami on Thursday morning, what's crazy, when I saw the video, it just looked like a regular demolition.
Right.
because that's how buildings fall when they get it just implodes on itself. I was like, oh, that must have been on purpose. Then I read the story. I was like, oh my God, could you imagine being asleep in the bed
at home, right?
At home chilling, and the building falls down.
That's crazy,
now,
dude.
no disrespect to other countries, but they don't really have the same amount of rules and regulations as we do in America when it comes time to construction and things of that nature. So it's like, where did we drop the ball? What did we miss here?
And the building was only 40 years old. That's not that old, right?
Yeah,
it
was built in the 80s. I think it said like 81. Yeah, the building was built in 81. That's mad young for a building.
Yeah.
So I mean, of course, more details are going to come out as they move further. But thoughts and prayers for those people. Sucks.
What is it called when you have someone from the enforcement of the to make sure everything was okay in the building? I think they was doing that also, and they was in the first process of it. What is it called? Like when you have someone
like inspectors?
Make sure, inspector, yeah. So I think they was like in the first process, but it wasn't finished. The report wasn't finished yet, and then this happened. So I'm wondering, does that have a lot to do with it? Why was they there expecting filming? Does that happen yearly?
Word.
I don't know.
Yes, exactly. Cheese. The whole building, 70% of the building came down though, which that's a lot. Yeah, Erica said code enforcement. And I think what's going to happen is because, a few stories are coming out here and there with the residents saying that something's not right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to think about, like, when you tell your landlord that something's not right, not all the time they don't jump on it. You know what I'm saying? But if enough people over time were saying, like, hey, bro, like, I keep hearing these weird sounds and something's cricket, like something's not right. And then some people get that gut feeling that something's not right. And then when you don't listen to that gut feeling, or if somebody tells you they gut feeling and you don't listen to their gut feeling, that's, what I'm saying? That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Like, how did for that building just to collapse like that? Like, what was wrong with it? Like a window can break and fall off, but the whole building just like something. Is that the?
I've read stories that somebody says that it might have been built on shaky ground, and the building has been sinking for a little while, and the ground might have just gave out underneath of it, because that's one of them things where the foundation is gone.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Ugh. Yeah. Erica said one woman said there was heavy machinery on the building, so maybe they was doing some construction and they couldn't handle whatever they put on that. But it's just, oh man,
too much, man.
That, and then these are one of the things where I'm gonna go on record here and say it's probably human error. You know what I'm saying? Somebody didn't cross their T's and dot their I's, and somebody didn't wash their ass and brush their teeth. And instead of owning up to it and taking care of it when it made a mistake, they probably just try to put a Band-Aid on it. It was like, oh man, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be
all right. Damn, dude, and then lives are taken.
And then lives, just like that.
Damn, man.
Ah, man. That sucks. So
how many units was it, DJ Unique? Do you know?
100. They said the building reportedly has more than 100 units, and at least 70 of them are damaged or destroyed following the collapse.
So that's a lot of people that's homeless also.
Yep, it's a lot of people homeless.
Yeah.
Dang, man. And that's what's crazy about life. You never know. You never know. What could you possibly think, you know what I'm saying, when you went to bed that night, that, you know what I'm saying, your building is going to collapse.
Collapse, bro.
There's no way to predict something like that. Oh, man. Life is precious. Precious and fragile. It's precious and fragile.
Mm-hmm.
So thoughts and prayers to our people into Miami. And I hope the death toll doesn't get crazy. I hope they pull a lot of people out of that rubble. You know what I'm saying? Man.
Right.
So it is, they said about 55 of the 136 units at the building. So there's 136 units total, but still there's that many people still missing. They are still at the same count that.
Damn.
So if over 150 is still missing and 4 is definitely found to be, I wonder if they're still missing. I wonder if they would come his surface.
I mean, we hope.
Right word.
I know,
We
man.
hope.
Is this bad? You guys, like if you was in the building and you spent the night over somebody's house and you survived, and then you see like everything is torn up, but on one side your apartment's still like up, and you be like, hey, can I go get some stuff out? You know, and they telling you it's dangerous, and you try to sneak and do it anyway.
What I mean, I guess it'd be very inconvenient. Like, we're trying to save people's lives right now. You're like, come on, man, I need to get my laptop, man. Come on, yeah, that'd be selfish. That'd be selfish. I would recommend not doing that. Yeah. Now, what would really be bad is if you was over there and you wasn't supposed to be over there.
Oh,
you're like, come on, man, I got to get up there. I got to get my shoes, man. I can't explain why I don't got my shoes on. Yeah, that would. That would be ugly.
That'd be terrible.
That'd be terrible. And that's one of them life situations that you learn, like when you be doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You are always at risk of something like this happening when you are somewhere that you're not supposed to be.
Right.
And then what do you do? What do you say when you're caught in that situation and you know damn well you wasn't supposed to be there?
Supposed to be there, dude.
Like DJ Hams mentioned, like the Northridge earthquake. Like, let's say you was at the wrong somebody's house, and then an earthquake like that hits.
That's
like
crazy.
You would have to think about stuff like that.
Yeah, you do. Hey, when I'm in emotion and doing my wrong, I think about it. I be like, dude, I can be just going down the wrong street and bam. Like, dude, I didn't even have to go down that street. I could have just stayed home and be where I should be.
Yep.
Why am I putting myself in such a? But that's like living in fear too at the same time. Even though you're doing wrong, I don't know.
You should live in fear if you're doing wrong.
I guess.
You can't just be walking around all willy-nilly like ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Like,
swinging your TT
around. Like ain't nothing gonna happen to me. Yeah, right. I would say probably majority of the people that something terrible happens to were people who had thoughts like, oh man, ain't never gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
And then it happens to you. That's terrible.
That's terrible.
DJ Ham said my cousin was supposed to be in the Twin Towers on 9/11, but took the day off. Wow.
See?
Whew. Is that fate or what is that? Luck? You know what I'm saying? Like I wonder what happened that made them take the day off.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, was it just like, I'm not feeling it? Maybe it's that gut feeling again. Your gut feeling was like, hey, bro, I don't think you don't go to work today. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many different things that happen just around the universe that like, what's controlling all this? Like, there's something that is, some of it might feel like luck, but there's something governing all this. It's real easy to say God, but it's something more that's governing all this, these actions, these decisions, these thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
It's like an obese person with bad health. And they already have 5 ham hocks, and they be like, I ain't gonna eat that last one, and they eat it, and they have a heart attack. It's kind of the same thing, though, right?
Let me stop the music on that one. I'm gonna let you spin that. I wanted you to sit. I wanted you to sit on that one. Turn up.
Don't embarrass me like that.
You said it. You embarrassed yourself.
I really believe it's like the same thing.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Okay, to put it in a little bit perspective, also, it's stuck in my head the conversation we had before you had knee surgery and how you were saying that you already played basketball and you just had to get that one more game in. That stuck with me when you said that. You was like, if I could just get once I heard you say, if I can just get that one more game in after your body told you we good.
Yeah,
it was already over.
Told me though.
Yeah,
but the doctor did say though, eventually, even if I didn't play that game, I would have went back out there and because it's my age level and the way I play basketball. He was like, you probably really play hard.
Yeah,
the way you damage your knee. So I guess it
Word.
is what it is.
Maybe I wouldn't
damage it it's so much. I wouldn't probably tour my ACL. I would have just like my meniscus, right?
Word.
But I did both. It didn't damage my bones, and they did like this.
Yeah. And then that makes you think, was it going to happen anyway?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So is it
now to think, did it actually save you from a bigger pain in the long run by this happening at, when it happened, for you to be informed of this information, for you to take care of yourself so that you can be healthier longer? Or if it did not happen, would you have just suffered a little bit at a time for a very long time?
Word.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Never thought of it like that. Absolutely.
That's so weird how you can look at stuff from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and almost, I think life would be easier if you kind of looked at situations like, okay, yeah, it sucks that you had to have knee surgery. It's terrible, but I got it out of the way. You know what I'm saying? I survived it. It is what it is.
Right.
Because I think a lot of things.
To be younger.
It's better to be younger because you don't want to be 50 years old and have to get knee surgery, or 55 years old. You know what I'm saying? That's slower recovery. That's you know what I'm saying? So if it was going to happen, it's almost like you got to be grateful that it happened when it did, even though it still sucks. It still sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it is what it is. So for so many things, if we can just come to the point of just saying, man, well, it is what it is. I'm gonna take care of it, and I'm gonna move on.
But now, think of it like this: you take care of it, right? But the doctor says, "Oh, yeah, you're probably gonna have to have this, looked at 10 years later, 15 years later."
Yeah.
Now, I think people think like if this is something that has to be relived again, I think that's when they like put things off. Oh, if I have to get this done again, then we're gonna have to do it again. So I don't have to get it done at 40. I could do it at 45 to get it done at 55 again. It's like,
I would do that.
And I think a lot of people do that.
Shout out to DVA mechanics. We're DVA mechanics
to actually, get themselves better, or even to fix the situation.
Right.
Some information can be given like at the time, a little bit at a time, but doctors, a lot of people do like to give the entire story, and they're like, oh, I have to do it again. Oh, then never mind.
Yeah. And I'm trying to like remember and take heed to what KRS said years ago in this interview I saw of his. He was like, your 20-year-old self needs to take care of your 40-year-old self.
That's real.
Your 40-year-old self needs to take care of your 60-year-old self. Like, you know what I'm saying? While you got the time, take care of your body. Like, think about yourself in the future. And the less damage you do to yourself now, you know what I'm saying, you won't be all messed up, you know what I'm saying, in the future.
Right.
And that kind of goes for people who, I'm not shaming anybody who has a drug problem, but if you have a drug problem, like you are just deteriorating to a point where it's almost selfish because somebody's going to have to take care of you now because you've done so much damage to your body. You won't be able to function when you need to function.
Right.
So you're putting that responsibility on somebody else.
As you say that, these are of things that people do negative to themselves. I have learned yesterday that even athletes, like the highest level professional athletes, soccer players, basketball players who, have to run really hard and have to do really amazing things out there. Apparently, their lungs may receive some damage during their career because they're working it so much. Like anything and everything they say, like if you do more than what is supposed to, then chances are you will be suffering later on, even though they're athletes who are exercising, eating healthy, doing,
it's the wear and tear.
Wear and tear. Yeah, even that type of wear and tear will affect you. We see a lot of basketball players with their knee issues, they're getting their surgeries and having to deal with the weight after, with no activities, and still dealing with the same diets. Those are also very.
So in those situations, it's like, okay, shout out to the fans, because you have to understand that they are doing that for you. Of course, they get a paycheck at the end of the day, and there's some selfish reasons for being a great athlete, but they are representing their team, and they're playing hard, and they're doing that for you. They're sacrificing their body, you know what I'm saying, for that team to get that championship for the fans. You know what I'm saying? So
no, they're not.
I mean, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Because
fans are are doing it for them.
Word.
Yeah.
And so, and then you, I guess, looking at it like an NBA career, how long is an NBA career usually? Maybe about 10 years.
10 years the most tops.
Kobe
That's
Yeah.
maybe about 20 years, but like
but that's one out of
He was a unicorn.
15.
Yeah, so most times like 10 years. So 10 years, football players too, 5-10 years. You are sacrificing your body. You know what I'm saying?
Football players is even less because
Even
it's
less.
so much. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's crazy, dude.
And so many of these sports at a professional level, these are sports that are lasting longer. There's figure skating, there's, fencing. They don't go till 30s. Some of these sports, you have to be young and quick before you're. And I wonder about their lives too. It's like, dude, all these things that you did in 10s and 20s age, and now you're retired. And now you're being taken care of. How are you taking care of?
Yep, DJ Ham said concussion issues. Heck yeah.
It's brutal. That's why, honestly, I respect Mayweather. Like, the way how he went out, like, with his record. And people try to hate on him because now he does these expositions. If I'm saying that right?
Exhibitions.
Like these boxing. And he getting paid more than these fighters who's really fighting for a championship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't mad at him, dude.
It's silly because Muhammad Ali, arguably one of the greatest fighters of all time, did exhibition fights. So
yes, he did. He sure did. They all did it.
Yeah, they all did it. They all do it. They all did it. Get that money. Get that, because boxing is a crazy sport that if you have a long lasting career as a boxer, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't imagine getting punched in my face for 30, 40 years of just getting punched in the face. You know what I'm saying?
And then Mayweather, he marketed himself so great though. He don't even have a promoter. He promote himself.
Yeah.
He does it all himself. And people try to diss that brother, you know what I'm saying? But that dude is smart, man.
Yes, he is.
The way how, he's very business. And he never went to school for these things. He got common sense. He goes, wait, why would I pay you and I can do this myself and it all just come to me?
Word.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. And I'm doing all the work anyway. Why I'm getting a smaller percentage of my own purse?
Word.
I'm the one getting hit in the head.
Yeah. Another genius thing he did also was recognizing the fact that it's more profitable for him to be the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you the dude talking smack, everybody wants to see you lose.
Right.
So since everybody wants to see you lose, they're gonna pay that money so they can hopefully see you lose. So that's dope. He became the bad guy on purpose. So it's hard to hate. It's hard to hate Mayweather because it's hard to hate on anybody successful in the arena. And I don't understand when people do that. It really not frustrates me because I don't care that much, but it's funny to me when I see somebody that, no disrespect to anybody working in a warehouse moving boxes and stuff, but why are you talking about Mayweather?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you did not grow up wanting to work in a warehouse and move boxes. You had aspirations to do something, but you gave up on your dream.
Yeah.
He made his into a reality. So I personally cannot talk about anybody who's got success in whatever they went out to do.
Yeah.
It's just, that's ridiculous. DJ The Force in the building. What's up, DJ The Force?
Good morning, DJ The Force.
DJ Ham, Simone Biles is so young but considered old. I know, right? But she is killing the game right now.
She is. So
she's so good that they're making her pay for the fact that she's so good.
That's crazy.
And that's so whack and short-sighted and ridiculous.
She's going to the next Olympics too, right?
I hope so.
I think she is.
I hope so.
So the Olympics is in 30-some days now? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
Now,
where is it at?
It's in Japan. Now, I got a question about this. Now, is it Japan feels like, hey, if we still go forward with these Olympics, we are running the risk of spreading COVID around, and everybody's basically like, nah, man, we gonna be all right. Let's just do it. But it's in their house. You know what I'm saying? So they still have every right to cancel it. But I think pressure is making them continuing and going along with it, and I kind of think that's unfair.
But even so, even though it's in Japan, the pressure is not on the Japanese government. Pressure is on the IOC. They're the decision makers when it comes to whether this goes on or not.
But the
And
pressure's
they
on the
have to make
Japanese government because they have to protect their citizens from an outbreak happening. So the Olympics could be like, nah, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, and then they have it, and then let's say Japan turns into India with the COVID,
Okay,
then it's like,
Oh
bro,
my.
we told you we didn't want to do it.
I understand what you're saying, but this is not the time where pressure should be a question if it's a life and death situation. So if you feel that your country is not ready to accept all these foreigners, then you should definitely not do it, because Korea right next door does not need that.
We're like, we'll take it. I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, I like the Summer Olympics. I really do.
I absolutely prefer Summer Olympics. Although I like figure skating, but that's pretty much it.
Word.
I absolutely prefer.
Okay, so last Saturday was Juneteenth. So I hope everybody had a good Juneteenth. Some people celebrated a little bit out of character. So in Atlanta, at an IKEA in Atlanta, a manager. Let me premise this by saying this. This is why you need people of different cultures and ethnicities in the boardroom, so that you don't make decisions about them that you don't understand.
Yes.
So the manager at IKEA thought they were doing a great thing, like, oh snap, it's Juneteenth. And saying, oh, what the black people went through in this country. I know how we can celebrate the black people. We can change our menu. So they changed the menu for Juneteenth, and they included fried chicken, watermelon, mac and cheese, potato salad, collard greens, candy yams. Like, they made a stereotypical menu to celebrate Juneteenth. The black employees at that place, some of them were about to quit. Some of them didn't come into work today. It's like, bro, who did y'all consult to do this? You know what I'm saying? It makes sense if there was black people in there saying, yes, manager, these are some of the things that we enjoy eating. But for you to assume, you know what I'm saying? It had everybody in an outrage at that place. So okay, let's say you were a customer and you're shopping at IKEA, and then you see the Juneteenth menu. Cheese, as an African American, how would you feel if you saw that menu? Like, oh, it's Juneteenth. Come on, get you some fried chicken and watermelon.
You want me to be honest?
Of course, I always want you to be honest.
Okay. I'm greedy. I'll be so excited, dude. Because I'm tired of those meatballs and those chicken tenders. I'm all in, girl.
Oh my god.
You're talking to the wrong one, bro.
Word.
I'm all in.
Me too,
I'm all
when
in.
you gave the menu.
Yeah, I don't.
Y'all got hungry? Y'all was like, ooh, turn it up.
The mac and cheese. Come on, Carl.
The only thought that went through my head was, they must have been terrible. Like, like the food must not have been that great, because when you gave out those menus, I'm like, okay, when was that? I want to be there.
Word.
Okay.
So if it was like Korean Independence Day or whatever, and you went to IKEA and they had like kimchi and kimbap and bulgogi, all that stuff on the menu, you wouldn't be like, and no one consulted anybody Korean about this menu. They just be like, well, I think Koreans eat this kind of stuff, so let's put that on the menu for them.
That's what I was thinking when you had said that. Okay, if I was a Korean employee in this situation, say I may have been one of the only Asian employees that may have been in this situation, and you did not consult me and you came up with this, then I'd be like, who thought this was okay, or like who thought this was traditional? Because I'm sure if it's not people of the culture and you're not familiar with it, there's probably other things that were in there that you may not necessarily. It's like, what is this? So I would definitely be like, as an Asian person in that situation, I'd be like, I didn't have anything to do with that. No, it's not me. I would think that I'd be a little bothered by that situation.
And that's how the employees were.
But DJ Unique and KK, I don't think they did it from a heart, like being evil.
They didn't.
They didn't. We're saying out of ignorance.
We're saying that it's only insensitive for the fact that you didn't consult nobody. You just assumed that all black people are represented by fried chicken and watermelon and collard greens and macaroni and cheese. It does sound delicious, though. We should have that dinner tonight.
But majority of my people, that's what we eat, though.
But,
I don't see no offense in that.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. That it is true that these people do eat that, and that's what they're. No, but that's what they're saying. Like they're in the boardroom saying that your people eat that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't ask you. They didn't say, "Hey, Cheese, what do your people like to eat?" Absolutely. They just said, "Oh man, I know they like chicken and watermelon and that." You know what I'm saying? So that's where it went too far.
Okay.
Shout out to DJ The Force. He said, "I would be upset. 1, having this stereotypical meal. 2, for creating a meal and not taking consideration for diets for people. Period." That I mean,
absolutely.
That's just,
when you break it down,
don't assume. They just assumed, and that hurts.
And like, what if you come and be like, "I just had that for dinner last night. I don't want this again." Like having leftovers.
Or you thought you was doing real good and you showed up with like raisins in the potato salad. Like, don't y'all like potato salad? Bring some of these raisins in it. Turn up.
Yeah.
He said, typically we don't eat at our events because they have menus for options for allergies. Turn up.
Very ignorant upper executive world that they probably felt like they were trying to make a difference, doing something good. But these people did not necessarily think to talk to people that are different from them.
Yeah, I got you.
Consult to say, "Hey, do you think this is a good idea?" And so it may also have been good to take a survey of like what would be
just ask.
Good. Yeah,
especially if you have black employees, you
could
just
have
ask
people
them
who have pride in your company to say, "Oh yeah, this is what my company is doing for this. This is what they're doing to recognize, this day, to say that it matters." But for them to, it's another kind of like a slap it, like giving reparations kind of thing to say, "Okay, we did our part. Be quiet. You'll get one next year."
Yeah, it's Juneteenth. We gave you chicken. Be happy with that. Turn up.
So the
manager's apology. Yeah, I wonder who made it too. The manager's apologizing. She said, "I truly apologize if the menu came off as subjective. It was created with the best of intentions by a few of our coworkers who believed they were representing their culture and tradition with these foods of celebration." So they did ask people, but they didn't ask no black people. How you have a black holiday and you don't consult the black people for which the holiday is for?
Because this is pretty huge for them to change their menus just for that one day. I mean,
that's got to be expensive. Yeah.
DJ The Force said, "What if they do something like make boxed macaroni and cheese and not baked macaroni and cheese? That would be funny."
Then I'd be pissed. And I'm like, y'all really should have asked some of us black.
And they didn't fry the chicken. They did like shake and bake for the fried chicken.
Canned yams.
Then now it's super offensive.
Yeah. Then I'd be pissed. Now you being
We got a raid going down. Turn up. Wedding it. What up, wedding it? Turn up. Miss Sexy E's in the building. What's up, Miss Sexy E? Welcome to the Unique and Cheese Show. Good to see you. Good morning. Oh man. So basically
that's her name, Sexy?
Miss Sexy E, yes, that's DJ The Force's wife.
That's bold.
That's Miss Essie. Turn up. You got to walk around. We walk around. If you know it, walk around with it. Turn up. Represent. DJ BYP Dipper, what's up, brother? Good morning. Thank you for joining us for the Unique and Cheese Show. So basically what it comes down to, if you are doing something for another culture, consult that culture. It just that doesn't that sound like common sense?
Yeah.
Sounds like common sense. I can't make a historical movie about Korea and I'm just gonna guess what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, son, I need to consult.
No, you have to guess. Read the history books. It's all in there, and that's how you make movies. When we watch movies of, I guess, foreign cultures and things, sometimes it does really seem like that. Like they don't really consult the people of those countries, people who've actually gone through the experiences. It's like it's what they heard, it's what they read, it's what they see that they feel should be behind the screens. And you know, I might watch something that has to do with my culture and be like, no, I watch a lot of Korean, varieties, and they try to portray what happens in America, and I'm like, okay, if that's what you see, I'm not gonna argue with you about it because that's how you see it from there.
Yeah,
right.
But I think
it's a huge ingredient.
But it's like there's no reason to guess. I think that's being lazy by guessing when people actually exist that you could talk to. Like you could literally have a conversation with somebody. You don't have to guess.
Yeah, that's like I guess like having an Asian person coming to your house for dinner and you just make all wontons. It's like, wait a minute, how you know that's what they're like? Are they American? Are they? You know what I'm saying? Like they probably didn't grow up off of that type of food or whatever it may be. So you got to be careful, like KK said. Just do your research.
Just do your research.
Maybe you call a person and say, "Hey, what do you want to eat for dinner?" Like,
exactly.
What's on the menu?
But geez, they could be coming from, oh my God, when I was in elementary school, all the way through high school, they had that one person of that culture that they knew.
That's it.
And now everybody that looks like that person is pretty much that culture.
That's crazy.
You don't necessarily know that there's tens, I don't know how many countries there are, hundreds in Asia and Europe.
Yeah.
So many. But yeah.
Absolutely.
But they're trying.
They're trying.
They try.
You don't get it. No, not in this day and age. That's not trying. That's not trying. Especially when you have black employees. That's not trying.
It's true.
Especially for
too,
IKEA
though,
situation.
that simple asking is not that difficult. A lot of times people say, I know I have thought for the longest time, like, okay, can I ask this question? What if they get offended? To learn that they actually appreciate you asking those questions that may be
100%.
uncomfortable for others. Yeah. I mean, as our kids grow, you experience different generations of experiences. And I really, over the 2 weeks ago at a volleyball tournament, I couldn't determine whether this person was going through their transition process. They are females, but looked a certain way. And it was a little younger sister of one of the players. And I just didn't want to be offensive, and I didn't want to have to guess. Do I refer to them as they, she?
Yeah, right.
So I just simply we've known each other for this past season. I don't want to have to guess. So if I could just are you? And it's also asking is little I don't know how to talk to teenagers really, even though we have to. It's like, are you transitioning? Is this just your style? Are you? And she had no problem answering. I guess she knows that her style is a little different, and
right.
It's a cool style, but just simply asking, she didn't find any offense. She appreciated it that I didn't, because some people avoid that situation. They just was straight about it, and she's like, no, I'm straight. It's just my style. I'm like, oh, cool, really, very cool.
Would you put trying to find out somebody's gender in the same thing, like asking a woman if she's pregnant?
Oh, I've made that mistake so many times.
Don't do that.
Pregnancy is not something that I want to guess on females anymore.
Ooh, I did that one time. It was terrible. It was terrible. Camille looked at me like, you idiot.
Well, how did did you ask them if they were pregnant, or did you just be like, oh, congratulations?
How far along are you?
Ooh.
I'm fat.
No, she was not fat at all. She was actually really tiny. But when you're wearing a tight dress,
like a body dress or something,
she probably just had lunch. It was just that part that was.
She's like, nah, that's doo doo.
Like a very cute pregnant woman. She had the look of a very cute. It was just the belly, just simply the belly. So it was no offense to her. She looked very cute, but no matter. I truly feel it's offensive to be saying that to a non-pregnant.
Yeah, especially somebody that's not pregnant. Damn.
Word.
Hey, terrible.
Okay, so how much responsibility do they have the same way? Like how much responsibility does somebody who's transitioning have? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you put people in a position to have to ask you, then you know what I'm saying, can you really get offended?
I
don't know. That's a tricky question.
I looked at myself in the mirror this morning and I noticed that I've gained a few pounds, and I could see if I was to go out in, this stress, if I was to be questioned, I don't think I could be offended because I saw myself this morning and I could see why they would think that.
Word.
So no, if you actually do pay attention to yourself, then I don't think if you're clearly looking that way.
What's the pickle thing? I don't understand that. Can pregnant people not eat pickles? I don't understand.
No, they love pickles, like pickles.
Oh, they
and
love
ice
pickles.
cream and like different combinations.
Ah,
I
okay.
thought he was asking me for a pickle.
He don't want a pickle. A pickle. Turn up.
As I
With
was telling
DJ.
Unique, I thought pickle would be the little emoji sign for the part, but I have learned that it's the eggplants. That was
Yeah,
surprising.
she was late in the game on that one.
That was I did not know those I didn't even know eggplants were part of the emoji thingy. So that was
DJ The Force said, "Why do they get upset about asking when you are due instead of calling you fat?" And I think that is okay. It's almost is a nicer way to call somebody overweight, to be like, "Oh, are you expecting?" Like, "Oh no." Then when you put it like that, it is a nicer way.
Ew.
That's a nicer way to saying that, hey, what's going on?
I remember I went up to a lady and I was like, "Oh, what are you having?" She was like, "I'm having a boy 3 months ago."
See, that makes sense. 3 months ago, it's not so far off, and you still have that extra weight on you.
Yeah.
People that get rid of it in 10 days, which is also
like,
very
But asking somebody if they're pregnant, it's because we get excited about babies. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like a cute, beautiful thing that you're like, oh, are you expecting? So to me, it's almost complimentary. It's like, oh my gosh, you're making a baby. How exciting. You know what I'm saying? And I don't almost, but I don't know. No one ever asks anybody if they're pregnant to be evil. It's not a negative thing.
So.
I don't think so at all. So why be offended by that?
Yeah.
That's another one of those emotional things. And kind of to backtrack a little bit to the thing at IKEA, talking about people being over emotional. Okay, so let's say IKEA, they put that menu out and it's offensive, but you're gonna call out of work, like, I'm not going into work today. I can't believe that they made that menu. Like
they didn't want to work.
They didn't want to work. They did. They're looking for an excuse. But it's one of those things like, are you really that offended?
Those actions could make you uncomfortable, though. Now this person is seeing me to be fat. You could see it as that way. Okay, are you pregnant? I am not. But now,
and if you say I'm not, then
why
then
is this person asking me if I am pregnant?
Because you look like you're pregnant.
Exactly. They may have not thought of it. They may have been very happy with the way they look to now be questioning themselves. It's like, why are you putting these questions in me that I did not have for myself?
Yeah. So that's almost like because you know how little kids are the most honest people in the whole entire world. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of enjoy the fact that they don't have filters. I enjoy the fact that they are 100% honest with what they're saying. So what we're saying is the older we get, the more we have to walk around and try to protect everybody's feelings. Is that necessary?
I don't think so, because even though it was very hard to keep our kids' mouths closed, because I didn't want to, because when my son or the kids go out, I was like, Mommy, or my son literally thought because this man had long hair that the man was a woman. So like, no, that's a man. It's like, why does that man have long hair? And they ask, like, the man's standing right there, where they say, oh, because that's his style. But they don't find that to be offensive a lot of times.
Yeah.
Most adults are understanding too when kids are talking, because they know that kids tell the truth. But when they say things like, why is that person, that size? Why is that person so slow? Well, you don't want to say don't, because I don't want to say don't say that, because I want you to say what it's like. How do you, as a parent, I'm like so uncomfortable trying to explain in a like whispering voice, because I don't want that person to be offended either, because some of the words that I use in my explanation may be, to that person be offensive. But to my kid, I need to be telling my kid why, or the reasons why that might happen. And that's very uncomfortable. But I think everybody just has to be a little less sensitive about that and just know a little bit more about themselves and be more aware of, I guess, the time that we live in.
Word. DJ The Force said the sad part is that the older you get, the less you care and your dollar store filter does not catch any incorrect comments. I mean, yeah, it's never my intention to offend anybody to a point where, you know what I'm saying, they are like hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's never my intention. But you know what I'm saying, if you see something that's funny and you comment on it, and you got to include whoever you're talking about in the joke too, to make them comfortable and want to laugh or whatever too. I just think it's, if you can dish it, you have to be able to take it type of scenario. So, you know, I don't know, man. I really feel like we're getting more and more sensitive, and we're catering the world to, you know, people who are getting offended easily. And I don't think everybody's being offended so easily. You know what I'm saying? I think there's like groups of people who get offended, and I think the world is almost catering to these people. And it's like, that's not fair. Some of us can handle it. You can call me fat. I got a gut. I look pregnant, like right about now. Like, it's ridiculous. I would say I'm doing something about it, but I keep eating cake right before I go to bed. So, you know what I'm saying?
What kind of cake is it?
Chocolate cake. It was delicious.
Sounds so good. From where?
What, Costco? Did y'all get it from?
This one was from Costco.
Those big chocolate cakes.
That cake was so good.
Don't do yourself like that. Yeah, don't do that. No.
It was so good.
We actually used it as an excuse to take it to a potluck.
Yeah.
But hardly anybody showed up, so it kind of came back home. I can see you too,
getting it right before you go to bed.
Ask Unique about how his 12-week challenge.
Oh my God.
Will Smith challenge, how his challenge is going, because
that's your challenge.
I'm looking forward to the result like 6 weeks from now, but
word. This what it's gonna look like. It's gonna look like my arms are gonna be shredded, my legs are gonna be shredded, and I'm still gonna have a stomach. Me and Quinn went to the gym. We went this week. You know what I'm saying? I got me a little gym buddy now.
What happened to your son?
He works.
But y'all used to get up in the morning though.
Yeah, but by the time he needs to get to work and stuff, he'd be dead. He'd be dead. But so now me and Quinn went this week, and we're gonna go today also. She said, I said, how many times do you want to go? And she was like, 4 times seems realistic. So I was like, okay, because if you say too much, it's gonna be too much, and then you're not gonna want to do it because it's too much. So she said 4 times. I was like, okay, boom, we'll go 4 times this week. So we got one more day. We'll go today, and that's
dope.
Yeah,
I think that's so sweet.
And I like working out with Quinn. I like working out with Quay also. Kira, my baby girl, this is a different story. She vocalizes all her complaints. You know what I'm saying? And when it's time to work out, I can't do that. That gets me mad because it's like, stop complaining, just get it done. And both Quay and Quinn they just do the exercises.
Can you move closer so I can go with y'all?
No, but you can drive down here. Wait, hey, see if you have an Anytime Fitness in your area. We can go to Anytime Fitness.
I don't know what that is.
That's the name of our gym.
I think the older two just know that no matter what they say, it's gonna happen. The action's gonna happen anyway, so might as well just go through with it and be done. Whereas the younger one, she tries to buy time in between to not do, even though she's doing it, she'll be complaining and she's oh my God, it's the most.
She don't.
It's like going on.
He lets you know how she feels.
Laugh.
Yeah, that is one of the most annoying. The whole trip going up the mountain is, come on, Kira, and it's her crying, it's her being frustrated, it's her stopping, it's her all this attitude, and then she's
cry?
Yes, and then she's 100% different person coming down the mountain. Coming down the mountain, she's la la la, life is good. It's like I be wanting to push her down that mountain so bad. Like,
can y'all film that? That'd be hilarious to watch, dude.
I love to put that back for her.
Before and after is like clearly you could tell where she's
That's the youngest one, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. She
you
lets you know
all
how.
That in your 7. You got the oldest, the middle, and the youngest in one. So a lot of obstacles.
That's crazy.
Yep.
You said she come down a hill singing.
Yep. Yep. Laughing, telling jokes, skipping, like, you know what I'm saying? It's total 180. It's a total 180. And it's annoying. It's annoying because you get annoyed. You know what I'm saying? You be patient. You use your patience on the way up, but everybody got a limit. You know what I'm saying? And she usually pushes you past that limit. Well, now you're annoyed. And then for somebody to get you annoyed, even though I'm not, this is not real because nobody can make you be annoyed. That's your choice to be annoyed. But once they got you to that level, and now she's happy now, it's like, well, but now I'm not happy. So why you get to be happy now? Because you caused me to be unhappy, but now you happy. Yeah. So I love my baby girl. I do.
She's crazy as hell.
Okay, so today's a big day. The former police officer Derek Chauvin is being sentenced today, and I kind of want to know what you guys think is going to happen, because he is basically a first-time offender, and for first-time offenders who have committed second-degree murder, sentencing guidelines recommend 150 months or 12 and a half years in prison. Prosecutors asked that Chauvin be given a more severe prison sentence because of the aggravating factors in Floyd's death, including Chauvin's abuse of authority as a police officer, and the crime was committed in the presence of children. So they're trying to, he could get up to 30 years in prison. But realistically, he could do like 12 and a half years in prison. So I kind of want to know what you guys think will happen today at 1:30 when he's sentenced.
I have no comment. I honestly, I don't know. I can't predict the future. So, you know, and I just hope justice be served, you know. I guess we all do. Not just leave it like that, you know.
Okay. It is hard to predict, especially in this country.
Do you feel he's gonna go to jail?
Well, he is. No, he's been in prison this whole time. He's going to go. But the question is going to be like, for how long do you think he's going to get the minimum or the maximum?
Chances are probably minimum. They're probably already considering how much time he's served too. So even within that time, they're probably going to cut off already served. So I'm thinking minimum in this situation.
Word. DJ Ham says throw the book at him, and I feel a little bit that they are going to throw the book at him and use him as a sacrificial lamb to be like, hey, look, hey man, we arrest police officers sometimes. Like, see that, you know what I'm saying? See what we did here? See how good we are? Now, if y'all can stop burning down Minneapolis, that'd be awesome. And he said the others go in trial in August. I don't think they'll get as harsh of sentencing as what he does, but I think they will use Chauvin as a sacrificial lamb to be like, look, we do arrest police officers.
But if they do give him a harder sentence, it'll be harder for the other ones that'll be sentenced in August. I think will be in line. So
we shall see what happens, because this country never surprises me.
Never.
Hope it doesn't turn out in any more damages to the cities.
Word. And that's what they have to think about too, because if you give him the wrong sentence, that place is going up in flames.
I'm sure there's people waiting outside already.
Word. Have you guys seen the preview for this movie? It looks awesome. Let's watch it. Wait a minute.
Throughout my life, the 10 rings gave our family power. If you want them to be yours one day, you have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
Wait a minute. Is that the son from the Kim's Convenience?
Yes.
Oh, snap.
You are a product of all who came before you. The legacy of your family. You are your mother. And whether you like it or not, you are also your father.
Is there anything you wanted to learn or do so hard that you would stand there and get hit with them sticks like that until it didn't hurt no more? Damn. I don't know if I love any or like anything that much to be like, I want to get so good at it that you could just whatever. Okay, hold on.
I told my men they wouldn't be able to kill you if they tried. what's right.
You're just a criminal who murders people.
Be careful how you speak to me, boy.
I thought I could change my name, start a new life. But I could never escape his shadow.
My son, you can't run from your past.
Is this what you wanted?
You got this.
Thank you.
Right hook.
Oh, that looks so good. I'm so into that.
That looks dope. All right.
And Aquafina.
I was about to say, shout out to Aquafina. She carried the game.
I think she's so cute. I don't know. Something about her voice and everything. She's so dope to me.
Yeah, I think she's entertaining.
Oh, you don't think she's cute?
Nah, but I think she's entertaining.
I think she's cute. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's cool.
And maybe it's her personality. You know what I'm saying? I don't know her personally, but how she interacts.
Hey, shout out to Trick Daddy. We all got our own opinions.
She was really good in that dragon movie that we recently watched. She was
What was that, like Aya something? What was that thing called in The Last Dragon or something like that? Yeah, but I like her. I like Aquafina. Turn up. Shout out to Aquafinas.
I like her name too. That name is dope.
Do you like that name? You think it's dope?
I'm gonna hit you in your
It
head.
has to do with like awkward something.
And that's her real name, right?
Yeah, Aquafina. I don't think so.
No,
I don't
that's
think her mama named her Aqua. Yeah, definitely a stage name.
Oh, okay.
I don't see
So-
two Asian parents coming up with Aquafina as a their
Right,
child's
right.
name.
especially the fact that she's not black. Now, if she was black, I wouldn't even argue with that. Be like, yeah, her name is Aquafina. I would not even be surprised.
Now, is
So
that
you-
stereotypical for you to say
Yeah.
I'm black, so
that?
I'm black, so I can say
so
it.
that's your excuse.
Yep, it sure is.
I'm offended.
Must have really
You see,
liked that.
you see, Kanye West is suing Walmart.
I know, that's crazy. They stole his shoes. Huh?
And what's crazy is it's not even like a little bit like they didn't steal it. Look at that. Those are probably the ugliest shoes that has ever been made in the history of ugly shoes. And then to make the same exact ugly shoe with the same holes and all this stuff, Walmart, y'all not slick.
Which one
at
is his
all.
shoe?
His shoe is the one on the left.
So this one.
Yeah, the one on the whiter ones, I guess. The white
I like
track.
the Walmart, but I hope, man, I should get some. Are they in the stores now?
Yeah, you better go get some. Okay, because Kanye's is like $70 or $80, and the Walmart ones are like $30. So you better go get you the Walmart ones before they take them off the rack.
But
it's like, man, they didn't try at all.
Like,
Yeah, and they're horrendous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
they look so.
But I imagine
alien-like.
I heard there's, of course, like the Yeezys though. I heard those shoes are so comfortable.
These right here, they don't look comfortable.
I heard they are though. I heard those shoes are so comfortable. $80 basically for some Crocs. They better be comfortable.
They're
And for the way that they look, you know what I'm saying? Those must be purpose shoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? They feel comfortable. They're probably like, what was it? Ergonomically, however it was.
ergonomically,
Ergonomically correct. Like, it must do all that because they are very hard to look at. They're just disgusting shoes.
I'm just trying to, the slides, the Crocs, in the volleyball world, these kids wear these things a lot. And I guess we'll be starting to see these coming around next season because, it just looks very alien-like to me.
Word.
Very futuristic,
Yeah, that's what it looks like to
but
me.
not attractive.
Yeah. Yeah, word. And shout out to Trick Daddy. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion because that's the same way I felt about the Yeezys. And now people rant and rave about those shoes, about how comfortable they are. But one of the things about shoes for me, I like way shoes look. You know what I'm saying? I buy shoes for comfortability and for look, and the shoe must be mad comfortable to put them ugly things on your feet.
Well, I have a pair of Yeezys, and they're very comfortable, and I like them. I think they look dope.
Word.
Yes,
no, I think when those things are so comfortable. Now, how much do they usually cost around? Because when it comes to comfort, I feel like
what is Yeezys, like $300?
I pay
wow.
$4 bills.
Maybe that's a little too.
You pay $400 for some Yeezys?
Are they very
my
lasting?
God.
Are they no?
Yeah, better be.
Actually, I'm thinking about
field. They look for very comfortable shoes, because
they
I
can see them. I can see them wear that. Actually, my doctor he had a pair of Kanye's on.
Okay.
And, because they're very comfortable. They're a real comfortable shoe.
I would not buy good-looking shoes that are. Well, I have.
I would.
Because women do that for one night at a time, kind of thing.
Exactly. So. And then I also would too for stage. You know what I'm saying? If I had a performance somewhere or whatever, I would get some shoes that didn't feel, because I know I'm not going to wear them every day. I'm only going to wear it for this certain amount of time, so they can be uncomfortable. But
and now those shoes are going. The ones I have, they're going for like I think $600 to $700 right now.
Yikes!
Online.
Wow.
Yeah. So they only go higher. You know what I'm saying? Because they are limited edition. He just don't make them all year.
Are they that dope, or is it the hype?
What super materials are they using? Is there any other ingredients?
It's like baby tears.
I think it's just the name of the shoe you buy. It's just like a Nike or Jordan. You're right, like a Louis Vuitton shoe. It's the name.
It's the name.
Yeah.
Word. Jeez.
Well,
for $400, you pay $400 for those shoes?
Can you get me one? Cheese got one. He can afford it. He can get us one too.
I can't afford it.
Yeah, dude, do this. Like get like one size for her and one size for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? We'll just wear half a shoe or half a pair.
Give me a right. Yeah, give me the right side. Give him the left side, and we can work it out together.
Y'all must be rich. I'm gonna holler at Camille. Like, hey, Camille, can we get some Yeezys?
That was a long time ago, bro.
Whatever. Them shoes ain't that old.
They are.
Shout out to Ringo Starr. This is so funny. This is so stupid. Okay, so Ringo Starr, he had a lawsuit against this California company that makes sex toys. Because being that his name is Ringo Starr, they made a penis ring, and it was called the Ring O.
What?
So it's called the Ring O. And since his name is Ringo, he tried to sue them like, nah, son, that's way too close to my name for y'all to have that product. And people are going to start thinking that I'm you know what I'm saying, I have an association with that. And as an 80-year-old, I think you why not?
Nobody is thinking about Ringo from the Beatles when they're going to a sex shop and they're looking.
When you was explaining it, I didn't think about him. I didn't think about him.
Word. Well, he thought so. Either way, he ended up dropping the suit, and I think they settled out a quarter or something like that. But
settle for what?
Huh?
Man.
The settlement probably was like, yeah, you're an old man and you're looking for
sit your old ass down.
No, he got money
right now. So.
Oh no, he good. He good.
He got paid. He got paid a little.
We know he did. That's why, you don't need to be doing that. Wow.
Flies.
I guess.
So shout out to Ring O.
If I were to ever go into one of those stores and saw one, I would think of the Beatles.
Word. only because he said it. Because he's like, Ringo, you brought it up.
Right.
Turn up. So okay, so the also for the Olympics this year, the NBA team has been announced, and I want to see what you guys think about this lineup. I'm not impressed, kind of. Shout out to Trick Daddy. It's just my opinion. They got Kevin Durant.
You're gonna go with that all day.
I am.
I'm so annoyed.
So they got Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, Zach LaVine, Bam Adebayo, Draymond Green, Drew Holiday, Kevin Love, and Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy.
So I think they're gonna outscore a lot of teams. You know what I'm saying? Because they got some scorers on that team. There's no way you better have 140 points per game when you got Durant, Lillard, and Booker by themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of points. I don't see much defense on this roster. But I see a lot of offense.
And also you got to remember the European NBA, basketball is so unbelievable. Look at your boy from what's that?
Jovic or something like that.
Yeah, from Dallas Mavericks.
Yep.
He comes from that cloth.
Work.
So they gonna have a hard time. Them dudes ain't no jokes.
And it's I know we talked about earlier about not trying to compare. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this team is hella talented. But if I'm being, what I'm saying, the stereotypical person comparing, that ain't the dream team.
It ain't not even close.
That ain't the dream team. You know what I'm saying?
Not even a team that Kobe and them assembled. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro, they better put some more heat on there. They need some more. They need a couple more players.
I couldn't believe Stephen Curry did want to play with them. Yeah. I know what's his name? Harden was on the team, but he got off the team so that he can heal. You know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't still recovered from his hamstring.
Did you mention Durant? Is he over there?
Yeah, no, Durant's on the team.
Okay.
Durant's on the list. Yeah.
Okay. So that's some heat. Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like they're gonna score a lot, but it ain't the dream team.
How do they come up with this roster? Because I noticed that it's like one from a team. There's no two to say like, back in the day in Lakers when they had both Shaq, Kobe, and like would they have just picked one? Do you think that may be the agreement that they made? Like there's not supposed to be more.
No. There's been times
of their fields.
Yeah,
there have been few times. I'm saying this time around because I'm saying that are from.
I just think it's.
Are there no teams that have two great players these days?
There might be some people that's on the bench that might be on the same team, but on this list that I'm looking at, there's no repeats.
Oh. Yeah. If there's 12 on this list, who's the bench?
I don't know. On the article that I read, it didn't list them on there. So
there's more than 12.
It might be. Yeah. I don't know. So you got your reserves and all that stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But even in the comments, what? I don't know.
Only 5 play. Aren't the 7 the second string and the reserves and?
Could be, possibly. Let's just go with yes.
I mean, numbers are supposed to be small, so how many more reserves are there?
We just say yes. Yes, that's the whole team. That's the team right there. That's the whole team right there.
All right, so one.
Yeah. All right.
How many teams are there in the league?
175. I don't know.
No. Seriously, how many?
No, I don't know. Are we? Is it up to? It's not 60. It's got to be what, like 50? Is it even 50 teams?
What in
the NBA? Hold on, let me type it in.
No, it's like 35.
How many NBA teams?
So only 1/3 of the NBA.
There's 30 teams.
Okay.
There's 30 teams in the NBA.
So this gotta be an honor for you to be selected to go to the Olympics out of
to play for America. Yeah.
To be going. That's huge.
It is. It's an honor, especially if you come home with the gold. What year was that? Wasn't there a year we didn't come home with the gold?
Yeah,
it was a few years. Yeah.
But it was after that golden team, and then like after a couple of them, there was ones that were considered.
Yeah, it was even some times we had the NBA over there, and they didn't come with the gold.
Word.
Yeah. So.
And Chris said 7 of them.
Yeah. Turn
up.
That's
a lot.
Well, that's the team. What in the comments? What do you guys think about that roster? Do you guys think they're coming home with the gold? Or you think they'll have a hard go at it?
They got a chance, but like I was saying, like the European teams are no joke. I mean, them dudes. We had a hard time last time we played. You know what I'm saying? With a couple of teams, it came close. You know what I'm saying? And when the Dream Team, when our day, when the first Dream Team, they were blowing teams out like by 20, 30 points.
Yeah,
easy.
Yeah,
but these teams were like I remember the last time we played. I think it was like close games. We was winning by 3, 4 points, sometimes 1. Like it was close hitters. So
what do you prefer? Do you prefer us blowing them out, or do you prefer close games?
You'd rather for the U.S. to blow them out to say we the best because we're supposed to be the best in this.
And for us to. Yeah, you don't want them thinking. You don't want them thinking that they could catch up to you, build up to you.
Yeah, that's scary.
It is. I feel it's very scary.
Yeah, your heart be like when it's so close game.
how many European players? Because all these European players are going to go to their country and represent their country. How many of those European players are in the NBA currently? Because chances are, majority of them will be playing for their countries if they're going to the Olympics. I mean, there's no doubt. That's like one exception I believe the countries have.
Like Phoenix Suns, like their center. They thought he was going to come play for the U.S., but he's not. He's going over to his country where what is the Bahamas?
As they should.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
think the players should.
My heart is not here in America. I make my money here, but I'm going to represent my people.
100%. And that brings up the morale for that country also. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to represent your home team.
I have a question for you, because I know in the Olympic world, the athletic world, especially for the Olympics, athletes have actually changed their citizenship because they know that they would have a chance in this country because there's so many of the strong ones in your own country that they would give themselves opportunities. And of course, those countries are going to take them because they're at the level where they compete at a world level.
Right.
What do you think if you change your citizenship from where you're supposed to be to something else and actually receive the medal? Where do you think you would be in that, like, psychologically? Because you won it. Yeah, you're number one. You did it, but you did it for another country, but you still live there.
Are
you saying that your country was wrong? That's not a patriotic
I think you're just trying to put yourself in a position to be able to first get accepted. You know what I'm saying? Because if there's like the American team and I kind of feel like I'm not good enough to be on the American team and I can play for Yugoslavia or something like that, if I really wanted to play, I'm going to go to Yugoslavia.
Right.
See, my example is this, because this is the example that I have. Last Winter Olympics, in Korea, the short track, there's a lot of strong athletes in the short track world. So many of them, even the world knows that Korea is in lead in those areas. So this person, every time you have to compete to get that top 3 or top 4. I mean, even though you're up here, you have to compete every time because so many of you are, like this.
Word.
This time around, he didn't make the Olympics. So immediately he contacted, I think it was the Russian Federation, and they were able to work out the numbers. He went there, he competed for Russia, and he got it. He won. He got the gold for Russia. But you're Korean. And you did it because even though you know you can do it, you just didn't make that cut. So
if you don't have to take,
it's got to be a turmoil. It's got to.
I mean, kind of. If you don't have to take that L, you know what I'm saying? You can still figure out a way to still get in. I mean,
it would not have been.
Why not?
He would not even have gone because.
That's what I'm saying. Like he
didn't make it.
That's what I'm saying. So you have the option of either sitting at home, or you could still go play somewhere else. I don't know. That's a hard one. That's a hard one because are you betraying your country?
That's what I'm saying. Is that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one.
Or do you feel that your country betrayed you?
Because but you didn't qualify. You didn't qualify.
But clearly, I got the job done.
Eventually, but to qualify, you didn't do what you need to do to qualify.
You didn't qualify that one time, but I mean, there's years where I've been 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, like top 5. That's what I'm saying. There's so many at the top that it could change every meet.
Yeah.
And when that happens, so is when you see that.
Okay, so let me ask this:
example, are there other people that are going to have now? Did you open up other people's doors too? Because
let me ask this: what does it really mean to represent your country? What does it really mean to be a patriot? Because you live in this country, yes, but you are still KK. You are still Cheese. You know what I'm saying? The Olympic athlete that wants to compete. You know what I'm saying? So why do you have to sacrifice your career basically for your country to represent your country? It's why can't you represent yourself?
So now what do you say? Are you sacrificing yourself even bigger by changing your nationality? Because now
you're not changing your nationality. You're still Korean.
But that medal belongs to them. Even though you as Korean won it, but no, you as Russian won it, because when you won it, your citizenship was of another country. Even though you say, no, I'm truly Korean at heart.
Which you
what
are.
You did was for them.
But okay, so this is surface level. This is super. It's super surface level. If I have to like argue with somebody that I'm still Korean, even though I played for Russia and I won a medal in the Olympics for the Russian team, I'm still Korean. That doesn't change anything about my Koreanness. And if I had to argue with somebody about that, I would automatically think like, okay, I see what your mind frame is in this conversation. It's dumb because I'm Korean.
Let's make
but I'm an athlete.
Little more complicated or not. Say, Korea and Japan are like biggest rivals when it comes to baseball, soccer. Say you play soccer and this is Korea against Japan.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, you can't play for Korea, so Japan decides to take you and say, okay, you can play for us.
Word.
Japan wins. Now what? Now you're dead. So why is this different?
Yeah, but it's still dumb because at the end of the day, it's just a soccer game. And if you start getting political, with soccer, if you start getting political with the Olympics, you know what I'm saying, then you've missed the point of what it is. It's just a soccer game.
Absolutely. That is what it is. But when you talk to somebody who is a huge fan of Clippers like Cheese, and Cheese finds out, oh, what? That's what they did and that's how they won. He might feel a little, something about that, because that person was not supposed to be there, that just did it for this particular reason and got it done. Now you're no longer there anymore. You just came.
I would say that if anybody had to feel bad about it, I think it's the people who could have selected them but didn't. I wouldn't be playing on the Japanese team if you guys put me on the Korean team, but you didn't. So that's your loss, not mine.
I don't think you're getting my point, and I guess this is where we'll end on that, because at some point in time in a conversation, when you know that person is not moving from where they are, then I don't think you're understanding.
No, I totally understand what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying, but to try to make something deep like from a soccer game, I wouldn't want to. Why would I need to argue with somebody about that? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just a soccer game.
It's not about arguing with it. I was saying, what could be going on in that person's mind, life, now situation? Because I would be scared.
Word.
Even though I have received this, I would be scared because by me winning for Russia, that means I took it away from Korea.
You gonna get treated like shit when you at the Korean grocery store. Yeah. Oh yeah, that old Korean lady just going, throw an apple at you like, oh, I can't believe you did that. Nida. You know what I'm saying? So
in European soccer games, people throw things. They're about to murder.
Heck yeah.
Or in America, you see it all the time, like after championships and things like that.
100%. As the athlete, oh hell yeah, I'd be afraid.
So I wonder what troubles they really do go through in themselves.
And I would hope that they really think about all that before they decide to, like, don't last minute be like, let me go play for Russia. I hope you would think that through. And I hope you got people around you that's going to tell you like, hey, cuz I know you really want to do this sport, but you know what you're doing by accepting to do this. Like, I would hope that you or Cheese would come to me and be like, hey, bro, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but this is the consequences and repercussions that could happen by making that decision.
Right.
But it's your choice. If you like playing soccer that much.
but isn't it different? Like, for instance, like y'all kids, right? Because they're American, but they have Korean too, right?
Uh-huh.
And if they decide like if they don't make it into the volleyball Olympics, they can they'll open Korea. Arms and play for Korea, and then they end up winning a gold for Korea. Right?
I don't know if that would count against them.
I don't think it would neither.
Well, for them, they have the right to both.
Yes. They do.
Have the right to represent both sides, whereas this person clearly went out of there and went to something that is very new.
Yeah. Because that's just like, what's her name? Naomi Osaka. She could play for Haiti or she could play for Japan. Like, you know what I'm saying?
She's going to, you remember we talked about that. She went to the Japan side and everybody got all furious about it.
But Japan probably had better support for her than Haiti would have. Better taken care of her, so many options.
Yeah, in that vein, I think it's fine. But if you were like full-blooded Korean and you go to play for somebody else, once again, I hope you have somebody around you that can be like, "Hey, bro, it ain't gonna be pretty when you get back." Right. especially if you're Korean and you know how your people are. If you know how your people are, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially black people, we gonna clown you. You gonna get clowned. And know that going in that you about to get clowned, like, you know what I'm saying? So tread wisely.
Because lately you notice that in the world competitions, you see like,
is that live right now?
People that clearly look like they don't belong or they clearly stand out on those teams. Like, in a figure skating world, there might be Asians representing European teams, American teams. There's, black people representing Asian teams and the basketball, baseball world, and just different sports have different looks now that you don't know which team is what country anymore.
True that, especially with America. America is always like, you never know.
Okay, sentencing on CNN is currently happening.
Yeah, so he's gonna keep us abreast of that. I got two wash your ass and brush your teeth this week. Because some of these things, when people do stuff out of, don't want to say passion. I don't think it's passion. I don't think that's passion. Okay, let me do the first one. Okay, so man burns down building where woman he's obsessed with works. So a 37-year-old Utah man is accused of burning down a Salt Lake City office building where a woman he was obsessed with works. His name is Alex Kintish Tuita. He was charged with 3 counts of aggravated arson and 2 counts of stalking after the fire on June 13th. So apparently, like, he was sending this woman inappropriate messages and, trying to do all these things to try to be with her and get with her. Of course, she hit him with the "no, I'm not interested." So at the time the fire was started, she was in the process of seeking a civil stalking injunction against him. And a second woman from the same building had also previously obtained an injunction against Tuita as well. Police say that he admitted to investigators that he dumped gasoline on the building and set it afire, and that he was not concerned about whether people could be hurt. Both the office building and a single-family home were completely destroyed in the fire, and a family with young children narrowly escaped with the blaze spread to the neighboring duplex. So here you are, because you're upset that this lady doesn't want to be with you, that you go to burn down her building, and in the process, you burn down people's homes and stuff too. So you could have killed innocent people in that building that got nothing to do with any of this, and you're doing this for a woman who doesn't want anything to do with you.
Idiot.
What the hell is wrong with people? Why can't you just take that she don't want to be with you and move on with your life? I don't understand this part of the human psyche that drives people crazy to want to be with somebody to a point where you want to hurt everyone else, including that person, because they don't want to be with you.
I don't want to be with somebody that don't want to be with me. Lord, have mercy. That got to be a mental problem with that person. This person do not want to be with you.
And you don't want to accept that.
You don't want to accept it, and you're willing to hurt others in the process of that.
Yeah. To tell the police,
they know each other.
They knew of him because he was stalking them. Apparently, I think one of the ladies is a masseuse, so he probably went there and got massage services. You know what I'm saying? And then, lo and behold, you catch feelings or you attracted to somebody and you're trying to get with them, and the whole time they're like, nah, son, I don't want to be with you. You know what I'm saying? But you got it. When people get things set in their mind, like when you hear about people who break into a celebrity's house and like, yo, man, we supposed to be together. I had the vision. one of the Kardashians or Jenners just had that happen where somebody broke into her house because he felt that they're supposed to be together. What the hell?
That's crazy.
What do you do when somebody gets it in their mind that whatever happens in their mind is real to them? That's scary.
That's scary. Absolutely.
That's terrifying to me.
That's terrible, man.
What was that movie? The Bodyguard, when home dude broke into her house and masturbated on her bed and stuff like that.
Wow.
Like, what in the heezy for sheezy?
Damn, dude.
They also showed it in Friends where, Dr. Ramore, Brooke Shields' character thought he was real on screen, and it's like, oh, how did you get here already? Like, they really believe what's happening behind that screen to be real.
That's
truly,
scary.
people do see it that way, and it's very scary. And if she was a masseuse, that she was just providing a service, talking to her customers, right? The way she talks to any other customer, but to him, it may have sounded like, oh, she's being extra nice to me. She's being especially good to me to say, oh, I like this person.
What was it, a happy ending place, or was it just a regular?
I don't think
massage?
so. I really don't think so at all. It just felt like a regular massage. So like KK is saying, here's the one, maybe the one person that's nice to me or said something nice to me or makes me feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, maybe you should think about why nobody don't like hang around you because you a stalker. And you know what I'm saying? Well, how you gonna take responsibility? I don't know, man.
I had a friend, not to that extent, that like if we somewhere and it's a pretty girl, she smiles at he'd speak to her and she'd smile at him. He'd think that she want to be with him. And I tell him, I don't think it was like that, brother, but I'm not here to, but I say you can try, but I think she was just being a nice person. You know what I mean? Because some man, ego, we think because a woman is being nice to us that she wants you. And it's not that. She's just a nice person.
Yeah.
Every female that's beautiful ain't an asshole and arrogant or thinks she's better than,
And I think that really sucks for women that you can't nicely tell somebody, oh, no, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, too many videos now are surfacing of people who get the told no and then come back and either shoot them or all kind of ridiculous. I saw a video this week where this guy was, trying to talk to this group of women at a table at some restaurant, whatever. They were outside eating. And basically, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You need to get with me, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, nah, we good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then to a point where now he's trying to clown them. So they clown him back a little bit. Dude goes to his car, come back and start shooting at the restaurant. It's like, what is wrong with people? What's wrong with you?
What is wrong with him? What is wrong with those people that do that? And I don't understand why, when you're bothered by this one individual or this group of individuals, that everybody is at stake. Like, why do you not care for everybody else? Like, if you're offended, deal with that person and that person directly. I don't know why I have to deal at risk. And it's so confusing that you say that, because you can't tell, you don't know how to teach your girls to be a certain way.
Yeah.
Because you're saying,
can't be nice, can't be mean.
Don't even give them room. Just cut them off. But then this might get you shot. If you're nice to them to cut them off, then it's like, oh, but I don't know if she meant it or, you know, like, where is the line that says no? It's just simply a no.
Yeah.
Back off.
It's almost like I think the women are going to have to start shooting the guys from the beginning. Like, the guy's like, hey, how you doing? You want to get together? No, I'm good. What do you mean? Shoot him.
or start with an injury or something that says, okay, make sure that he's not going to hurt you.
Word.
Something.
I would say for all women to protect yourself, if a guy be like, hey, what's up? How you want to be like, I was born a man. That'll keep them off.
Mean anything these days anymore.
Sure don't. Like, shout out to Young Buck, because man, they're dragging him through the mud now too.
What did he do?
They said because the person he's currently with, I don't know if they're engaged. I don't know, but the person he's currently with, they transitioned. You know what I'm saying? And and that person says that Young Buck is with transvestites all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I would say when you get to that point, if that's your life, just don't be walking around being on interviews like, I don't do that. I'm not into that. Like, just say you're into that. Like, especially more so nowadays. Don't nobody care. We don't care.
You'd have way less attention on you. You'd have way
Yes.
less TMZ following you if you just was straight about yourself.
Just be straight about it. Yeah.
Them find out you're lying about yourself.
100%.
Especially nowadays. Like, why not?
He's like, yeah, hey, look, man, I like titties and I like dick. Like, I don't know what it is.
I really, really appreciated the message, the video.
At the same time, huh?
I really appreciated the video you sent me yesterday about the guy who was representing the STRAIGHT club.
Yeah,
I thought that was really great.
I wonder if I can put that. I'm gonna see if I can show it on
It was
here.
really great. And I don't know, did you guys discuss today is Rain's birthday? He's B in Korea.
Who's that?
But Rain is a Korean, huge celebrity. But today is also the 12th year anniversary of Michael Jackson's.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, rest in peace to Jackson.
That was 12 years ago. That's crazy, dude.
12 years ago.
We got to go hard for Michael Jackson on the show today for
yeah.
What's the face?
Yeah, 12 years.
Oh man, why can I? There we go, man. These devices, I'm trying to tell you, Steve Jobs, they work nice when you first get them, but it's like the longer you have. How long we have these phones? About a year and a half. Has it even been 2 years yet?
2 years. It's been 2 years.
It's been about 2 years. Why would you make a product that's only good for 2 years? Because this thing is getting worse and worse as the time goes on. It's like, come on, man.
I don't know. I don't know if you know this or not, but Steve Jobs has not been in commission for quite a while.
He's still responsible for it, though. Dig his ass up.
He's kind of with Michael Jackson right now, I think.
but you know, Unique, they make it for the economically so they can continue to generate money. You know, they don't make nothing that lasts.
I know. That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to that computer.
Because they can make tires that don't deflate or get holes in them. But what would that do? That would take a lot of jobs and then economic. You know what I mean? It would just destroy.
Yeah.
It. They got to do it.
That sucks.
So what's your next? Are you gonna bring that up?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the next wash after brush your teeth, but I did want to show this video first because it was funny.
Video, yeah.
Yeah, I had to get it off my phone.
I thought it was very funny. Sorry, I was so professional. So
hurry up.
I really wanted to listen to what he had to say.
Oh, that's taking too long.
Shut your mouth. Here we go. It's not going to show it. Whatever. It's not going to show it. Anyway, so here's the second wash your ass and brush your teeth. This is another one where if somebody doesn't want to be with you, just move on. How many people's on this planet? Are we close to 8 billion people on this planet? I think you can find somebody else.
You can find somebody.
In a fit of romantic rage, a 20-year-old woman in Louisiana allegedly recruited a squad of teenage boys to murder her ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend.
What?
So Makia Tyson is said to have driven the 4 boys she enlisted to the new boyfriend's house in Lacombe, Louisiana in early June. But when the proposed hitman arrived, the teenager meant to shoot the boyfriend, the guy that was actually going to do the shooting. He missed on purpose, and they just fired into the house, and nobody got injured, nobody got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that those young boys at least had a little common sense to, be like, we're not gonna kill nobody. But here you are, you have a 20-year-old that hired a 19-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, and another 17-year-old to murder her ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. I'm wondering what she said to them or promised them, that they would go through with this. It's not even their boyfriend. It's not even their girlfriend. They don't got nothing to do with it, but she got them to want to go do that.
So stupid, man.
She was mad. She's like, how you going to go back to the D? You can't go back to the D after me. You know what I'm saying? You got to enjoy the V forever. Don't go back to the D. She went back to the D. Let the girl go back to the D.
I'm sorry, I'm going down the gutter, but what she may have promised them is for herself to be penetrated by these.
But she gay.
But the thing is, I mean, to guys, she's still a female, and for you to have had sex with
I don't think she was gonna be with them.
Isn't that something that would be a mark or a notch or an accomplishment or something like that?
If she was hot, I would say yes, but she was gross.
Yeah. If you're going through this at the age of 20,
you can't say that.
Yes, I can.
All these harsh things, I mean, it wouldn't get past my mind for me to say that she could have offered something that, I don't think it's money or anything. I think she could only offer up herself.
Gross.
You're so terrible, Unique. Why was she gross?
I don't know what she looks like. I didn't see what she looks like, but did you see what she looks like?
Okay, maybe gross is harsh, but I would say she's not attractive. Let's say that.
Well, she's more of a guy than a girl. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. And even as a guy, she ain't hot. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure sex wasn't was gonna be the payoff or whatever.
What more could it be for a 20-year-old person who is going after a 20-year-old female who has a new dude? I mean, clearly that relationship is not that old. Where is this happening? Are these the only two lesbians that are in this town that she feels like she has to do this?
I don't know. Yes, DJ Ham Butch. Let me see if this works.
There is some very attractive.
Let me know if you can hear this.
Out there. Oh.
Can you hear?
I can't.
No.
Okay. Never mind.
Didn't I send you this?
I sent you that.
I sent you that.
I sent you that.
Anyway,
we are at 11 o'clock. You guys want to say anything before we get out of here?
Love, peace, and happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for being here this week. Greatly appreciate your audience again. And thank you for continuing to be safe and healthy and following all those protocols that they put out there, and continue to do that. We wish to see you next week, safe and sound. Thank you.
Turn up. Okay, so next Friday, hopefully we as long as the schedule permits, Sean Antonio will be back with us. It's the first Friday of the month, so hopefully Sean Antonio will be here. My only request of everyone is if you have questions about anything, have some questions for Sean Antonio so we can, you know what I'm saying, because he's one of the best people to ask. So if you've been thinking about something, you don't quite have the answer for it, let's utilize the fact that he's here on the show. If you ever want to hear playbacks of these, we're going to put them on YouTube. I mean, they automatically go to YouTube, and they stay on Facebook. And I'm trying to find a good platform for us to start putting these on, what's it called? iTunes and Spotify also. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please share. Let us know. Then we'll see you guys next Friday for the Unique and Cheese Show. Thank you, KK. Thank you, Cheese. You guys have a great